Welcome into the Oklahoman's video studio, 5 days away from throwing out that first draft officially. Dave Morris alongside Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. March 17th, this Saturday, just 5-6 days away, opening day.
Well, we're ready to go. Turn the pumps on, everything works. It's looking good, the water looks good. The team's been working really hard for opening day. All the preparations have taken place over the last few months, so we're excited.
You recently had, perhaps this past weekend, a chance to talk with some of the staff that you have ready for the spring hours.
Yes, we had an employee orientation day, lots of young folks coming in and some not so young folks. We have a real great mix of staff this year who are very eager for the season, and we just kind of give them an overview of the history and all the different components that went into creating this world-class venue that we have, because they get a lot of questions. And so, you know, we talked a lot about, of course, guest services and because they are our ambassadors, the folks that that come in from all over the country will interact with our guest services and our raft guides and all of that. So we want them to know all the details surrounding our venue.
I think that's pretty smart, and especially for the RIVERSPORT area, it's such a visibility to the skyline. You can't help but ask questions, especially if you're from out of town, because you're looking around and you're immersed in this experience, and the city is right there. It's kind of on your mind.
Yeah, you want to know all about this place. It's very unique, and we've said a long time, a lot, that this is a differentiator for Oklahoma City. There's no other city that has this kind of thing, and so that leads to a lot of questions when people come to town. We had people from every state in America come through RIVERSPORT last year, and like 13 countries. So it really is making us truly be a national or international destination. So we got to be prepared for that.
And it takes quite a team to run your operation.
It does. I mean, everything, again, from the guest relations to the folks that are putting you in harnesses on the Sky Trail and guiding you down these the rapids. Safety is our #1 priority. So there's been a huge amount of training that's been going on over the last few weeks to get ready for this as well. We have a lot of really great local raft guides that are coming back, and they'll be with us this spring as we prepare for the big part of our season, which is the summer. It starts up around in May, and at that time we'll be bringing in about 20 guides from around the world.
Cool.
That's about twice as many as we had last year, and so we anticipate a lot of growth this year, more people on the water, and I will say our guides are really second to none. They provide an incredible experience, and as well as the rest of all of our staff. I feel like they're really great. They went into helping us achieve that certificate of excellence from TripAdvisor and a lot of the great survey results we did receive. I mean, what we provide are authentic experiences, and these are very interactive, and a lot of elements that go into making sure the guests have fun, are safe, and make it a memory that will last forever. So,
we're chatting with Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. The spring hours begin on Saturday down at RIVERSPORT Adventures, Saturday, March 17th, coincidentally, St. Patrick's Day, and you have a few promotions.
We have a few promotions. As you can, I mean, it's St. Patrick's Day. It's the start of spring break, so what a great way to kick off your spring break. St. Patrick's Day and RIVERSPORT, and so we happen to have a friendly leprechaun going around town that is showing up at various different Oklahoma City sites, and we'll be doing a lot of Facebook and Instagram promotions where if you can guess where he's at. So there'll be passes up for grabs for people. So we're just having fun with it. The fact that we are opening on St. Patrick's Day, unfortunately the water will not be green. We've thought about that, but the water looks really good, by the way. So we want to show that off. So
you want to show off the clean water versus the green water that might last for weeks. Who knows?
But still, you can get in the spirit. We've got our Big Water Grill that's open up. We have a whole new menu which we're excited to unveil, and craft beer and a lot of other things. So it should be a fun weekend.
A lot of experiences to be had out at the Boathouse District. The RIVERSPORT Adventures, again, spring hours begin Saturday, which is roughly, what, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.?
Yes.
On weekends?
On weekends right now, yes.
Weekends only until the summer hours begin later in May, as he mentioned. Speaking of experiences, Leadership Oklahoma City stopped through your place this past week.
They did. We do this every year. I was actually in Leadership Oklahoma City back in class 25, and So they are, you know, it's a great group. We take a lot of leaders from around Oklahoma City. They get to experience all different elements of Oklahoma City. And last Thursday was Quality of Life Day. So they were going around town to learn about many different quality of life related organizations or projects or attractions. And with us, we provided the boathouse experience. And really it was kind of a crash course in what goes on literally in the boathouse district. On the athletic side, we taught the group of 45 how to, you know, really basics, how to row, how to kayak. They get on the water in a pontoon boat and go up and down. Well, we were having a high performance camp with Olympic hopefuls. It was a beautiful day, so that worked out really well. And then they all, at the end of that, they all converged in our high performance center, and they had a relay race on rowing machines. They all had team names. They picked 4 out of each team, and they went and they each did 500 meters each. For a total of 2,000 meters.
That's no joke.
It was no joke. We put them through it, and they did a great job.
Good for them.
Lots of cheering, a lot of spirit, you know, around, and gave them medals and everything. So it was really great. So I think they also got to see how intense this can be, you know, and they did 500 meters, and our distance that the athletes do is about 2,000 meters for a test. So they each took a quarter of that, and but it was great. And the winning team got to ring the bell. We have a bell up in the Devon boat. It was a tradition when you get your best time, you ring the bell, or there's an accomplishment. So really kind of gave them a sense of what it's like to be in our high performance center, and this is something that anyone can do. We do group experiences, and we can do a boathouse experience for companies or groups, and it's been very popular, and it's something we're going to continue to do and expand as we get into our operating season. That can incorporate whitewater rafting and some of the adventures as well.
So a corporate field trip for those guys. You also offer field trips, or have a special field trips package coming up for kids. Yes,
we have a new package this year that's starting out. It's just $15 per student, and they can come out and have that boathouse experience. And we really tailor it to kids, and they can learn about leadership and the high performance aspects of our program, and they meeting Olympic hopefuls and touch those super sleek racing shells, the rowing shells, and the kayaks, and learn something about the everything from the fitness and the various aspects that go into the training to be an athlete at that level, but also the science behind a lot of it as well, and getting to see all the boats. But also we do tours of the pump house and the whitewater center, so kind of a really STEM-oriented option as well. And we have actually food options too, if they want to bring in and have a lunch period with us and spend the day. So a lot of different options. And then we also will have in mid-May, we'll actually be open for the whole week for schools, so they can actually do a field trip where whitewater will be open, the RIVERSPORT Rapids, and then all of our adventures, which is a great thing for a senior trip, maybe. Sure. If a field trip for the seniors or into school activities. So that's something that we'll be doing in May.
You mentioned the various experiences that can be had out at RIVERSPORT. We should mention you also have Lake Hefner and Lake Overholser, but a few months ago you had some guests previewing a trip to Ecuador. Well, they have returned.
They've returned, and they had a great time. I think we talked about this is our first time really kind of doing that kind of guided excursion, adventure excursion.
That just sounds like so much fun.
Oh, they had a blast, and it's very clear it's something that they want us to do again. And we're very fortunate to have Andreas Reis, who's our rafting manager, who guided this. He's from Ecuador, and so he did a great job, along with the other guides, taking folks through just a really an immersive, very incredible experience, getting to see these beautiful rivers in Ecuador, and learned a little bit about the culture too. So it was a really great experience for them, and we will continue. And we're not sure what the next one will be, but it will be coming up.
And the cool thing about that is they put the skills that they've learned down at the Boathouse District to use on a big international trip.
Well, yeah, and that's again something when we spoke with the staff over the weekend, that this is truly a lifestyle amenity for people. And so when they come in and they go rafting, people can realize, that this is something they can continue to do and take it up. And we have great coaches who can and instructors who can teach you how to paddle, yourself down these channels. We're actually going to reconfigure our recreational channel to make it a little bit easier to learn on this spring. And so this is something that you can do and continue to do. Make this part of your, or get involved in rowing or sailing or flat water kayaking. So a lot of options for getting involved down there, and it can lead you to Ecuador or other places. So
opens up the world to you. He's Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. More information, including past information, event information, a calendar, on their website right there, riversportokc.org. And again, spring hours begin this Saturday, March 17th. Mike, thanks for your time as always.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.